How we doing? And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bears Focus Podcast. Your boys, Colin, Sterling, back in the building once again. Sterling, we feeling good. You see what I'm repping today, man. We got the Cubby Blue going, all right. Coming off a fresh win against the Brewers
They won.
at home here in Wrigley.
They
You know what I'm
won.
saying? Forcing a game 4, all right, in this divisional round. But we'll see how things go later on this week. How you feeling today, dog?
You know what? I feel like I need a bye week like the Bears just had. I feel like, going into this month of October, this is the best season of the year for some. That means for me. So I just look forward to, everything that's coming and all of the good things that are going to happen for the Bears. So I'm looking
Yes,
forward to it.
sir. Yes, sir. And you mentioned it. You know why we here. Bears Focus, baby. We here to talk about these Bears. Coming off of this bye week. All right. Week 6. Getting into it with these Commanders, man. Let's go ahead and preview this one here, man. We know all too well about last year. We don't need to rehash and go through that again.
What happened last year?
I mean, they lost. We can say that. They lost.
The loss.
But
Okay, gotcha.
look, I mean, new team, new season, new coach. Can this really even be called a revenge game?
This is a brand new team. This is not the same team from last year, so I wouldn't even look at this as a revenge game. It's just the next game on our schedule. This can't be a revenge game. Nobody's there from the last regime, so
Well, it's some people that's still there.
they've been changed. Ben Johnson has really taken their spirit out of them and put a brand new one in there. That's not the
Hey.
same. That's not the same people there, dog. I'm telling you, cuz.
You saying we got changed men that's coming on the field this time?
Oh, I wasn't talking about the players. I was just talking about the coaching staff. I was just talking about the coaching staff. We don't know.
And
We don't know what's going to happen this game.
And that's where I'm going to go with it. The players still the same. Most of the defense, basically, still the same. Most of the offense, still the same. This year, I don't see it as a revenge game. I agree. This is another one we got to get through. But for the players, I definitely do think it is a mental check they need to, that they need to mark and just get through to get past it.
All right, you say that, and then as I'm listening to you, one specific player comes to my head. He plays on the defensive line. He played for both teams last year. So let me just ask you the year before. So let me ask you the question: do you think Montez Sweat will show up and start sweating this game?
Look, man, we need to see something from him. So far through this season, we have 5 sacks. 5 for our team. Everybody basically has 1 sack that has a sack. What I'll do is this. I'll give him a little bit of credit, right?
A little bit.
Last season, when he first went against his team after the trade, going through those first few games with the Bears the previous season, he did come through. He got a sack, right? Against the old team, who was the QB, Sam Howell last season or the season before last.
Yeah.
We need to see more. We need to see you back there wrecking their game plan. Jaden Daniels needs to be running for his life because, Sweat is back here and he's causing havoc.
100%.
All right. Now, we didn't touch on a little bit of injury stuff. So let me get into that a little bit.
All right, talk about it.
It's been reported that we are getting Kyler Gordon back. He's been practicing, so it looks like he's going to play this season. This first game coming up. TJ Edwards, he's also practicing. It looks like he's going to play. I kind of don't know, me personally, if he should. I would let him sit another game. We got the Monday night game. It'll be a short week, a little bit of a quick turnaround. Let him take that extra week and come back the following game. But we'll see how things go with that.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of a curveball came through on the injury report. One Cairo Santos got added in with a little bit of a quad injury.
So what was he doing on this bye week? What the
Who knows, man? Maybe he was riding a bike, doing the triathlon. Maybe he was just trying to stay fit and healthy out there, stay active. I don't know.
He was definitely active with a quad injury, God.
But it looks like if he can't go, we do have Jake Moody. I don't know how much of it.
No.
Yeah.
on. You talking about Jake Moody from the 49ers that was finna get beat up by his teammates on the sideline?
Yeah, no.
Got released this season for missing in field goals?
Yeah, and
hell no. Hell, take it back. Bears Focus Podcast, Bears Nation. Ride with me. I'm riding with you. Hell no.
I feel you. Look, I don't want him to be the guy either, because I don't want the game to come down to his leg. But let's take it back now to the defense. All right, with Montez Sweat. Austin Booker also coming back. They opened up his practice window now to bring him back up to speed. So we may see him within the next 2-3 games. Hopefully he brings some juice, right? But for right now, with what we have, Sweat, get out there and do something, man. Ben Johnson talked about it in his press conference earlier about how the defense is not doing what they need to and getting those sacks and pressuring the opposing quarterback. We need y'all to get out there and make that happen.
Do you think, in your expertise, do you think we should make a trade to bring over a star player on defense? We got $12 million in cap space, right? We got Sweat, who Odingbo, Grady Jarrett injured. All right, Dexter active, but he still needs some help.
Is he active?
Do you think we should swing a trade and get somebody on this defense? What are you thinking there?
So this is how I see it. We definitely can swing a trade. We know that Trey Hendrickson, the big name, we've been talking about it. I'm sure everybody's been talking about it.
For
the
sure.
big name out there.
For sure.
He's on a 1-year deal. Essentially, his contract is up after this season. The Bengals don't look like they're going anywhere with Joe Burrow getting hurt early. They just traded for Joe Flacco. We'll get into that later. But he's a name that's out there that is available, presumably, for them to get. He will need a new contract. He will want a new contract before he comes, I would assume. Ryan Poles will have to, as you always say, he got to work that Poles magic and make something happen. But I don't know if this is the time that they do it.
Oh, do you know the last time we did this? We did an in-season trade.
For helping our team?
Yeah.
Or just for trading away
our star to get a star player. Do you know the
that was
last time?
Khalil Mack. That was Khalil Mack. That was the last time that happened. And hey, well, no. What was the last time?
Khalil Mack is on the list, but he just wasn't the last one. It was.
Who did I skip over?
It was the guy that's not sweating. It was Montez Sweat, right? When we
that's
traded
because
for him,
it wasn't. That's
when we traded for him in 2000. What was that? 23, 24. Then we did Khalil Mack 2018, and then before that, it goes all the way back to 2009.
Julius Peppers.
Cutler,
or was it Cutler or Peppers? Who came first?
I think Cutler came
first,
Peppers.
and then it was Peppers.
We signed Peppers.
Right.
We traded for Jay Cutler when he was on the Denver Broncos, and we sent Cal Orton out of here.
That was
with a first-round pick.
It wasn't a bad move
at that time.
Yeah, I mean, we're okay with that. Looking back on it, we've talked about it before. Jay Cutler probably should get a little bit more respect for what he did.
100%.
I mean, he was balling with what he had. Same issues as right now that they're trying to fix. Offensive line sucked. He was out there running for his life, getting hurt. Couldn't really do too much. But before we get off of this, with Kyler Gordon coming back, with TJ Edwards coming back, what do you expect to see from the defense now, being a little bit more healthy? As we said earlier in the season, getting that engine back for our defense. Ben Johnson did talk about it, that he'll be able to hopefully unlock a little bit more of the defense for the team. We talked about that too. What are your thoughts and what are your expectations for the defense now that we're getting some pieces back?
I expect us to start leading the league in turnovers. Right? That's what I expect from this defense, especially with Kyler Gordon come back. Leading the league in turnovers is long-term. We'll talk about that later in the show. But specifically with Kyler Gordon coming back and being implemented into this defensive scheme, I expect him to unlock it. I expect to see us more into our scheme, more blitzing is going to be apparent first, second, third, even fourth downs, going all out, because now we're starting to get healthy enough where we can have coverage on the back end. We got elite corners that are coming back. Tyreek Stevenson has, been balling ever since last season. He's been coming back mentally prepared week after week, making plays. And then you got a safety out there in Bayard who's looking to get a re-up for a couple more years as he looks to sunset his career. So with Kyler Gordon coming back, I expect chaos, I expect more blitzing, and I expect him to unlock Dennis Allen's scheme, giving him stability with that defense.
I agree with you. And hopefully we definitely see that from the defense moving forward. But let's get into this offense. A little bit more on the injury stuff there with a little Spider-Man action. We know that Braxton Jones is done. Your guy, he's out of there.
Whoa,
He got the boot. All right, he got the big boot. He's gone. Well deserved. Well overdue. I don't know who you want to argue with about that. Let us know down in the comments if you still think Braxton Jones should be the starter.
I've only been asking this for 2 weeks. Ben Johnson hasn't said anything. If he did,
we saw what happened. We don't need the words. We saw what happened. He was not on the offense. He was on the special teams. He was blocking for the kick unit. Now, I'm a little bit scared of that because how many more block kicks will he allow? But that's another thing.
So everything is his fault, huh? Okay.
A little bit. But with the injury stuff, we know that Darnell Wright, he didn't play last week, his elbow, and it looks like he's still a little bit questionable. That injury may be a little bit more serious according to reports, so he may miss this week. So we will have Theo Benedict, the Eagle Man, on the left side. And on the right side, we will have our rookie second-round pick, Ozzie Trapilo, with our new signees and trade pieces in the middle there. So, with this new look offensive line, if we're not going to have Darnell Wright out there,
makeshift
a little bit, what do you expect to see from them? Because I think this is going to be our line moving forward. I mean, Darnell Wright is probably going to be back. We may see Trapilo on the left side. Braxton Jones is gone now. He's not going to be back. So what do you expect to see from this line moving forward?
Well, I mean, you want more of what we saw in the Raiders game where I think the line did they not allow a sack that game, or was that the game prior?
No, they allowed a sack that game. It was the game prior.
So I expect
Max Crosby was back there destroying them.
You're right. Nightmares come back. He even okay. I expect the Bears line to kind of hold up. They just need to be sturdy, right? Each week of the season, we've seen constant improvement from this offensive line. In fact, it gets no worse than what it was last year. And looking at the stats, if I look up at this point in the season last year, how many sacks have the Bears given up? We cut it in half drastically, right? So Caleb Williams is getting protected. He's able to get the ball out and he's able to make some plays on the run. I just really expect this O-line to hold. Now, the thing is, Dan Quinn is a mastermind on defense. This is what he's known for. And you got both sides outside of your line positions in the hands of rookies. That worries me against a Dan Quinn defense that could match up one-on-one on the outside with, they have some, you got Marshawn Lattimore over there. You got another corner that's pretty okay at coverage. And then you got another one after him that's pretty okay at coverage as well too. So they can hold their own, they can play man, and then they can try to overload us with pressure. Will the line be prepared for that? That is the question I don't know, and that should be what we are preparing for all week. Maybe running back chipping at the line. So what does that mean, right? DeAndre Swift is not going to be getting out, catching those little sideball routes. He's going to have to pound the ball at some point, right? Can the offensive line get going enough where they could run the ball, control this game, and the Bears could leave with another dub?
Yeah, I feel you. To be honest, I'm not too worried about their defensive front, right? I mean, who they got? Ron Payne. He might make a little.
Yeah.
They got the ghost of Von Miller. He might make a play here or there.
Chasing chicken.
Yeah.
Literally.
But other than that, I'm not worried about much. So I really think that our offensive line needs to use this game as a get right game, right? We need to really come back, and I'm going to get into some stuff when we talk more about the prediction for the actual game, but they need to run the ball more, and that's what I really expect to see. I expect to try and see them get his young tackles moving, right? Not try and put them in those situations, like you said, where Dan Quinn will try to attack them and focus his blitzes to their sides. I think that we'll be moving
Yeah.
around a little bit and shifty. So I really expect our offensive line to do pretty good. I think that Caleb will have to run around and move a little bit, right? We're going to get blitzed. Somebody's going to get through at some point. But I think you touched on it, and I agree with you. This could be one of those games, again, where we're sackless as far as on the offensive side.
I'm not gonna go that far and say sackless because Dan Quinn again is one of those masterminds on defense. He will create havoc and he will get in that backfield, and more so than getting a sack, is Caleb Williams going to try to play Superman and not protect the ball, which may lead to a fumble, right? Again, pressure is going to get through, right? I would love to see us come out in 12 personnel. I would love to see Komet, Loveland, DJ Moore, Odunze, Swift. Maybe you get exotic and throw something else back there. Ben Johnson can cook up like that and make something happen out of everything looking the same, which you got all of these athletes on the field, right? Loveland kind of counts as another wide receiver because he can literally get that shifty and get that quick. So you would hope that the Bears offensive line can hold. And even in 12 personnel, Komet, the tight ends are picking up some blocks. We can get the ground game going a little bit to alleviate some of that pressure and kind of mitigate what Dan Quinn is trying to do. And we can kind of just get into our offense and make this game a possession game where we're kind of dominating it because we've ran the ball so much.
I think that's how it needs to go. So let's see. Hopefully we're right, and hopefully it works out for the Bears. Now, while we are on these running backs, we talked about it a little bit last week in our episode. DeAndre Swift, man, he has not been looking good. And I know Ben Johnson, again, this was something he talked about in the presser as well, that it's not all on DeAndre Swift. It's a little
Okay.
bit of everybody, right? The
Okay. Tell the
offensive line
truth.
is not opening things up and
Come
yada,
on.
yada, 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 yada,
I want
right?
it open.
But check it out, though. My man's got terrible vision out there. We're seeing holes that it's like, bro, you just make a little cut, you through there. Slow down a little bit, let your block develop, let it open up for you. I get it. He just on go. He moving, moving, moving.
More bounce than an ounce.
But sometimes, man, you gotta use your vision, see what's there, and take those lanes so you could get a little bit more for the team. We have so many 0-yard, 1-yard runs. We can't even get the running game going for real. So I definitely want to see more from him. But on the other side, Manungai as well. Should he be the starter instead of Swift? Should we see what we have from him with more carries coming out of this bye week?
I mean, he should definitely get an uptick because he just runs the ball so hard. And if Swift is kind of injured and banged up, there's no need to put him through the cursor right now, through the heater right now. We can kind of let him get healthy, kind of, let us be able to tell what his body can do and give RB2 some runs on the field and get some angry runs. It's getting cold. So we want to see more angry running. We want teams to think twice when we run the ball and think twice about tackling our running back. So yeah, he should get an uptick in carries, but I don't think he should be starting at this point yet in the season.
We'll see. We do need a little bit more juice as far as trades on that aspect. I mean, I did talk a little bit about it with Breece Hall, but with them losing Braylon Allen, I don't know if they actually swing that trade.
Do you really want a fumble machine? Hey,
I don't. Nobody
I'm just
wants a guy
asking.
that can't hold the rock, right? We don't want a guy that can't hold the ball. He got butterfingers out there. But I do want somebody that could get us a little bit more yards, that can move the ball a little bit more. And I think that would have been decent, but it doesn't look like that's one that's going to happen. Maybe Travis Etienne down there in Jacksonville. Maybe that's one that we can pry away. Maybe an Alvin Kamara down there in New Orleans.
That would be the perfect
They're not doing
fit.
anything.
That would be the perfect fit for this Bears team. If Ryan Poles can swing a trade, get a Poles special out there. Let me get a 4th, a 6th-round pick, and let me get Alvin Kamara. We get him juiced up. He's ready to go because he's in a winning situation. And he comes out, and him and Swift, now we kind of created our own two-headed monster. We got Alvin Kamara, who is kind of like Swift, where he's got some juice to him, but he's going to make a move, and he's going to look for that contact, and he's just going to say, you're not knocking me over. I got balance beam. I can Tinkerbell this. I can actually run through you. I could take your contact, absorb it, and go to the house. And that's kind of what we need as we continue to get later in the season, because teams are not going to allow Caleb Williams to throw that ball deep down the field, flea flickers. They're going to take away the middle. They're going to make them dink and doink. Can you get running backs on the sideline that are going to catch these dink and doinks and turn them into 5-10-yard games with Kamara and Swift? I think we can swiftly do that.
Hey, I hope so. I think that would be great. Like you said, I think Alvin Kamara, he would be the one that really, I think Ben Johnson will love him in the offense with how much he can move him around and how much he can do. I think Ben Johnson would love to have him on this team. I think that would work out perfect. I would love to see it. No hate, no none of that to DeAndre Swift. We just need a little step up there. So it's that time, dog. Let's get into these real predictions. Let's get into this real breakdown on what the Bears can do to really dismantle these Commanders and pull off this win. Tell me what you think and what you see this week.
You got to run the ball this week, right? We gotten healthy. We have to run the ball, and we have to get our rookies involved. That is what I'm going to preach all week. We got to run the ball, and we got to get our rookies involved, right? Yeah, and I'm talking about Luther Burton. Is he on the team? He was the 2nd pick, number 39, signed a fully guaranteed contract. He is explosive. I've seen him take more kick returns in a game than him actually catching a ball. Can he get unleashed in this offense and get going? Loveland. All right, I've seen you catch the same play in a real game that you caught in the preseason. Can I get you on another route? Can you get some love to the city? Can you go out there and take some pressure off of Komet? Because he's a blocking machine, but he is a sneaky target as well, too, and can become a safety valve like a Ferguson for Caleb Williams. Right? I want to see the Bears run the ball. Can we dominate the clock? Right? We don't necessarily have to score 100 points all the time. The coach said it as we get later in the season. We want to be one of those physically imposing teams that run the ball, and when you play us, you know this is not going to be an easy win. We're going to be physical. Are the Bears at a point in the season where they have graduated to status of mentally being tough enough and physically being tough enough to dismantle teams and run the ball down their throat? Much to see, much to know about our team. Can we put it together as the team kind of gets healthy and the defense gets some aces back? This will be the perfect time to prove that point.
You hit on a really good point right there. I really like that. Can the team show how mentally tough they are to actually go through and run the ball? On the opposite end of that, can we show how mentally tough we are to stop the run? They can't stop a nosebleed right now. They are getting run all over the field. They giving up chunk play after chunk play after chunk play. And it's just not sustainable. So I'm right with you right there. We need to see that mental toughness to run the ball and stop the run. But let me hit you with a couple of numbers as far as for the Bears.
All right, tell me some
over
numbers,
the past few games, right? So over the past 10 seasons, coming out of the bye week, the Bears are 1-9.
These numbers, huh? 1-9. That's what
One
you
and
come up
nine.
with.
That's not what I came up with. That's what they did. They're 1-9.
Who were the coaches at this time? Was this like
so we went through a few different coaches
Nagy?
all the way back to 2015 with John Fox. He didn't win a game coming out of the bye week. Not one. He had 3, didn't win one. Matt Nagy, he had 4 games coming out of the bye week. Didn't win one. Matt Eberflus, he had 3 games, And he actually did win one.
Okay, Floos.
The 2023 season against the Detroit Lions.
Floos.
Shout out to Flus right there. He's the lone win. But let me get another one for you. Versus the Commanders. Over the past 10 games they've played, going this all the way back to 2005.
So they were the Redskins at a certain point.
They were the Redskins.
Redskin Commanders, all right.
The Bears are 2-8. 2-8. Now, if we take it to just the last 5, they're 2-3. Right? A little bit better. All right, we shortened that down a little bit better. And those games were a little bit closer in time, 2016 to 2024. Right? But it's not, these numbers aren't boding well, right, for what we see coming through on this next game.
On any one of those teams that we have the offensive line that we have now and that we have the offensive weapons. I'm just asking a thought-provoking question. If you answer yes, hey, I can accept it. But if you answer no to either one of those or one of those, may the odds forever be.
I'll say this. At points, we did have some weapons. That Matt Nagy year, well, this was his last year of 2019.
Matt Nagy
wasn't really much.
His first year, yeah. His first year, he cooked, yeah.
Wasn't really much. Through those other years, no, offensive line was trash per usual.
All right.
Unfortunately.
All right.
Unfortunate.
But
like I said, it's just not looking good. But to that point, I do want to say this. This is, as we said earlier, a new team, a new regime. Ben Johnson, like we talked about last week, he's coming in and he's changing the culture. And what solidifies a culture change more than starting something totally different? And we come out of a bye week, we play hard, and we get a win. A team that we routinely have split with or overall lost to, we're winning against this team now. So I really expect and I hope that the team is going to come through and they're going to show us again that mental toughness. Shake off them demons. All right? Get that doubt out your head.
For sure.
Go out there, play hard, get that win. Bring home the bacon, as they say. Now, with that being said, we talked about it, and I said earlier, I do expect them to come through and run the ball with Swift and Monangai. I expect them to try and see who can we get going. Which one of them is going to be the one that shows, hey, I deserve to be lead back. I can do more with what I get. I don't know, and I really don't care. Just go out there and run hard. I don't care who it is, really. Just go out there and get us some yards, all right? 100-yard rushing game would be beautiful from either one of the guys. Would love to see it. But let's look at the Commander side. Jaden Daniels is back. We know, right? Rookie of the year last year.
Is he back, though?
As far as all the way back, I don't know. But he's playing. So that's what matters. He's out on the field. He was there last week and they got the win. Close game, close win, 25-24. I'm sorry, they were on the bye week as well. The week before that, they got the win. So having that extra time off, he should be better. But their running back is what I'm worried about. Our defense cannot stop the run. And their guy, what's his name? McCroskey. I can't say his name. Ja'Cory Crosby Merritt.
Yep.
Bro, look like he a dog.
You saying that off of 2 games? You're just going off a recent 2-game production?
I'm going to go off them 2 games.
That's
crazy.
He
looked better than Genty looked in his first 4 games.
Crazy.
But guess what? Genty had his breakout where he really showed what he could do against the Chicago Bears. All right. So what's Crosby Merritt going to show? Is he going to put up 170 and 2-3 touchdowns? Man, I hope not. I hope Montez Sweat say, nah, I'm going to come back in this backfield. I'm going to show y'all what I used to do when I played on this field. He did put up numbers for him.
You know what movie Merritt probably watched growing up, which is probably why he's probably tearing up defense. He probably was watching Home Alone, right? He's probably always getting left behind. right? He's at home alone. Thieves are trying to come in and take away Christmas, and he's just not going for it, right? And that's what he's been putting on film the last 2 weeks. He's just not going for it. Chalking up 122 yards his last game. Did that for a team that's really been decimated. They needed that. If they didn't have that, they had no Terry McCullen. Noah Brown was out last week for Jaden Daniels, so he really didn't have his offensive weapons going into that game, and then he showed up and showed out. So if the Bears can kind of contain him, let's say they cut his production in half, game is still going to be in Ben Johnson's hand because he's going to cook up. He's going to score the ball. This is not a team where we have to worry about not scoring anymore. It's can our defense get those turnovers like they did against the Raiders so we can wrap things up very, very quickly.
I agree. So let's go ahead and put it out there, man. Give me the number. What's your prediction for this Bears Commanders game Monday night? Talk to me.
You know, we're playing at the Commanders stadium again, coming off a bye week. We got the rookies coming in, Daniels coming in. This game is going to be high scoring. It's going to go over 20 points for both teams. But I'm rolling with the Bears. Give me the Bears. I'm not going off a field goal, not with Jake Moody being our potential kicker. Hecky no. Give me Bears 30. Yeah, they got to put belt on them. Give me the Bears 31 to the Commanders 24. Bears got to win. Bears got to win by a tutty or more.
Yeah.
Got to win by a tutty or more.
I like that, but I do think it will be a lot closer of a game. Both teams, I think, are going to be trying to run the ball. I hate that Cairo Santos got added to the injury report.
Yeah, it's not.
Because I don't want it to go on Jake Moody's leg.
Do you trust Moody? Trust him. How does he?
Not at all.
Job. We need to boycott this right now.
They just needed somebody, I guess. But I don't know. I say go out there and get the Falcons. Let their kicker go, Young Ho, or whatever his name was. Go get him. I don't know why they let him go. He was decent. He was doing good. I trust him for a game or two until we can get Cairo Santos back.
I trust Cuz too. I trust
definitely over Jake Moody. So my prediction for the game. Y'all see it on the board, man. 28-24. Give me the Bears. Victory, dang.
28-24?
28-24. Another close win for the Chicago Bears. We are really solidifying that we changing culture here in Chicago.
I want Bears by a touchdown. I want Bears by a touchdown. I want to see Burton get in that end zone.
They all be good to me. So Bears fans, let us know down in the comments below what y'all think is going to happen this week. Let us know what you want to see from Montez Sweat. Man, drop in the comments for him to get a sack or two. All right? Tell him how many he needs to get this week. And then drop a W down there, too, for the Cubs, man. Fly the W. We fly the W today. Now, let's go ahead and move and shift gears here and get into this plus talk. We talked about it and touched on it earlier. Joe Flacco, he got traded to the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to ask the question that's on everybody's mind.
Let's talk about
Will Shedeur finally get his chance?
You know, what's been going on with Shedeur Sanders has been an abomination since the draft, right? We're talking about reports of him being unprepared in meetings. We're talking about reports of him being immature, too flashy. We're talking about reports of him in camp not necessarily performing well with the practice team. But then what we see is we see him balling, right? And it's kind of not adding up. So at some point, Shedeur Sanders has to move to the front of the line because he is prime time, right? He's only been doing this since he's been a little kid. He's only been doing this under the tutelage of his father, getting all the information he can. He's only been seeing NFL players his whole life. It's probably like toys to him. He's probably playing a video game in his mind because this is what he's been seeing his whole life, right? So again, I think he will appreciate the opportunity. I think the opportunity is coming. It's just not coming soon, right? I think Dillon Gabriel will be the starting quarterback for the Browns for the foreseeable future. They're going to give this kid a fair shot, a fair shake, if you say, and they're going to allow him to go. I say he has to at least lose 3 games straight. If the Browns cannot produce a win 3 weeks straight, you have to start to consider a change. If the Browns lose 3 games in a row and Dillon Gabriel does not perform well, I mean interceptions. He's flustered out there. Then that's when you know they're gonna have to make a change more immediate, and you're gonna see Shedeur Sanders come in garbage time, but he'll be coming in going forward. I think Dillon Gabriel is not on a short leash. He will have time to make his mistakes, but I think the pressure from the outside and the pressure on Andrew Berry, who drafted Shedeur Sanders, and everybody within that stadium is going to be to put Sanders in sooner than later, and I see that happening sometime in January.
You said a lot, and I got something to say about that, but I got to change up for a second. Couple things happening. WNBA finals on right now. I have them going back and forth. People are gonna see it. My eyes going back and forth. Satal Sabali looked like she left the game with an injury. She got carried to the locker room. She's gone. Kalia Copper misses big shot. Is getting the game close. 83-84 with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. WNBA finals is looking very interesting. I thought it was over at the third quarter, but they coming back.
Mercury should pull out this win. If they came all the way back, the Mercury should come back and win this game. They get a win on their home floor with solid Shorty going to the locker room. It's just they have to get a win. It
looked like when that happened, Kalia Copper started taking off. They started looking for her more, which, hey, Miss Big Shot out there. She gonna do her thing. But getting back to this Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel conversation, man.
And I look at it too. Just shout out Flacco. Cool Joe. Just shout out Cool Joe. Bears fake. Bears Focus podcast. Shout out Cool Joe.
Shout out Flacco. A lot of people did want him to be the Chicago Bears quarterback in 2008. People thought the Bears were going to draft him. So, shout out Joe Flacco. But anyway, I look at it a little bit different. I think that the Browns have 2 sets of fans in their overall base. They've got the Cleveland Browns fans, and they have the Shedeur Sanders fans. And unfortunately, these 2 fans are at odds. You have one set that says, hey, Dillon Gabriel's our quarterback. Let's back our guy. Let's hope that he does good out here. He's a rookie too. Let's hope that he does good. Let's support him. But then you got the other half where they're like, forget that guy. It's 12 all day. All right. Show your wrists. Put Shedeur in the game. Let him go out and ball. But I look at it like this. 2 rookie quarterbacks. You really don't know what's going to happen the rest of the season. I essentially look at it like they've given up on the season already. It's over with. Or they're just going to lean heavily, heavily, heavily on this defense to at least get them 7-8 wins, right? Have it look respectable. I think that the team should 100%, the fan base as well, 100% get behind Dillon Gabriel. That's the guy that you're going with. That's who you need to put your trust, your energy, put it behind him. Hope that he does good. One, if he does good, that's great. The team is going to win. If he does bad, the team is obviously going to do bad. You don't want your team to lose so that you can just get your guy in. That's kind of crazy to me.
And you can't waste this prime defense you got either. You got Myles Garrett on the other side.
30 years old. If he's 30, turning 30 this season, I think.
You can't age him away, and you cannot age a performance of an elite defense, right? You think about the Seahawks. What? Could you imagine them wasting a season of elite defense trying to get Russell to cook? That's why they were always going back and forth. They knew what they had. They knew what it took, and they knew that nobody wanted to play them. You kind of got, I ain't saying the Browns is comparable to the Seahawks defense. Let me watch myself there. But what I am saying is that when you have a highly functioning defense, right, with superstar talent, maybe top 1, top 2, top 3 in the league. You have to produce wins for that person, or essentially what's going to happen is another year into this contract or a year after that, he's going to be looking for a trade. You have to know what you have sooner than later so you can know what you need to go get to put a winning team on the field. And for the Browns, they need to figure that out at the quarterback position. They have a draft pick going into this 2026 first round draft pick going into this 2026 draft. If they have a quarterback, then they know those picks are expendable. Let's flip that into something else and let's really stack this team and go get some wins. The Browns could use it.
Yeah. And just to kind of, finish off here, I do agree with you. I think that they will take a look at Shedeur later in the season. They're going to get their time with Gabriel. Hey, show us what you can do. Like you said, let us see what we got at this spot. Hey, Shedeur, we've lost 6, 7 games. We let Gabriel have his few games to show us what he can do. Yo, go out there and bring us home for the rest of the season. Show us what you got.
And don't forget about the Masseuse Maniac. They got Cuz too. They got Cuz too. They got Cuz too.
You never lied. Did forget about Deshaun Watson, a.k.a. Masseuse Maniac, back there in the quarterback room still. I don't even want to get into that with him, but he's not even an option no more. They're probably getting rid of him. But, hey, we'll see what happens with this Browns team, with this Bengals team. I think that Bengals should have got Jameis Winston. I would have loved to see Jameis Winston out there doing interviews with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trey Hendrickson, the rest of the guys that since he has, I think Jameis would have been awesome there. But let's talk a little bit about this NBA. We know the season's coming up.
Yes,
we're going to talk about the Bulls in a minute, but first let's talk about the big three that's really left in the league, right? KD, LeBron, Steph. We saw LeBron's goofy little stupid ad for Hennessy foolishness. Which one of these guys, the big three, the 3 pillars, let's say, of the league that's left, which one is going to win the next championship?
I mean, if you look at the roster of all 3 of these teams, right, you got ageless LeBron just producing. It's like he can drop 27, 10, 7 whenever he feels like he really wants to at this point, right? You do see at times LeBron looks old. Like sometimes he's not taking off the same, but then it's like he goes get that secret juice and he is back in action, right?
Yeah, secret juice.
If LeBron can hold up him with an in-shape Luka, that is just scary because both of them can pass and both of them can initiate the offense. That could be potentially scary. Then you got KD down in H-Town. That's a homecoming for him. KD will be focused, hopefully. He will be lit always. And KD is going to do what he's always done. He's going to score the ball, right? And he's going to do it at an elite level. Now, what he'll have with him that he hasn't had before, he'll have an elite center that can do everything, that can pass, score, can play defense, bring the ball up, initiate the offense. Outside,
who's gonna have the elite center?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna have the elite center, and then outside of the starting center, Sengun, he has 2 backups that kind of fit the role well. You got Clint Capella back on that Houston Rockets team, and then you got Steven Adams, the enforcer. You're not gonna come in there and try to bully anything that's going on in Houston. The only thing with Houston is who's going to be that starting point guard for them with Fred VanVleet going down due to an ACL injury. Who could they bring in to fulfill that starting role? Will they give it to Reed Shepherd, who can cook up, who is a cooker, but is he ready to lead an offense for 82 games, establishing what Kevin Durant needs, where he needs the ball on the court, getting Thompson going, getting other players involved. Much to be discussed there. They need to figure out the starting point guarding position right away. Then you got Steph Curry. He got his brother playing with him. That has to be one of the most joyous feelings you can get in basketball. I guarantee you for Christmas, there's going to be a lot of 31 jerseys sold, right, this Christmas, right, along with the 30 jersey as well. You got Jimmy Butler over there. You got Al Horford filling out that team. Now they're kind of almost trying to get back to that death lineup that they had when they had Iguodala, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, right? They could plug in people like Sean Livingston, right? They don't quite have that team built up quite like that as of yet, but if everybody can come in and put a good foot forward, Curry might go ahead and sneak and get that ring because players like to play for Curry, and Curry can do something that none of the other two superstars can do. He can shoot the ball from literally anywhere and it has a high success rate of going in, right? And that's ageless in itself. So I give me the Warriors to go after another championship sooner than later. I think Kevin Durant, he needs a point guard. I think LeBron James, he needs another piece. I think Luka and LeBron is enough, but you're talking DeAndre Ayton, you're talking Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. I'm not buying it. I would if they had like a Zach LaVine or something else there, and then they had some surrounding pieces, of course. But I'm not buying the Lakers right now. But I am buying the in-shape Luka to dominate and probably have them top 3 in the Western Conference.
So you expecting skinny Luka to really ball out, go on a I guess revenge tour, light fire to the league.
It's not revenge.
Dallas wanted to trade him. He gonna show you why you never trade somebody like him.
It's not revenge.
Is basically what you saying.
It's not revenge because Luka's been doing this his whole life too. Luka's literally averaging 30, 10, and 8, right? He's only doing something that only one other player in the entire NBA, maybe 2 other players in the entire NBA can do at an elite level or have done at elite level. Russell Westbrook, where he averaged a triple-double for a season. And then I'm talking LeBron James, where you can physically feel the impact of the game, right? But will that be enough for the Lakers to get another championship? I don't think so, but I do think they will be in the playoffs. They have improved. I think all of these teams are playoff teams because they have improved. But I think the Warriors go for the chip.
For me, it's an easy decision. It's the team that has the best of the 3. And that's the Warriors. They have KD. KD also has a crazy team around him. The length that this team has, I think the average height for their team is like 6'9", right?
Yeah.
Average wingspan of their team is like 7 foot. These guys will touch every pass. They will get their hand on every ball, pause. They are going to cause havoc out there. Now, you did touch on Fred VanVleet being out, and that is going to be a big blow for the team. But they got KD. KD can also shoot that ball from anywhere on the floor with accuracy.
KD is elite.
KD is the elite of the elite.
Yeah, 100%.
So, for me, I'm going Houston. I think defensively, they have more than what the Warriors have. You touched on those 3 bigs that they got. They can rotate them suckers. Steven Adams, Clint Capella, Sengun, still got Jabari Smith. KD, imagine Sengun, Jabari Smith at the 4, KD back at 3. I think it's going to get nasty out there, dog. I think and then we ain't even talk on the coach.
All 3 of these teams have good coaches. Kerr and Redick. Come on now. I like all 3.
Hey, it's a lot of rumbling that's going on about Steve Kerr and his actual coaching ability and how good of a coach he actually is.
You saying he's
or
not
if he actually just got hooked up with the blueprint and he just started going and finishing out. We'll never know. He's got the wins,
and the chips.
But let's go ahead and Mark Jackson should be back in the league. But let's touch on these Bulls, man. Give me some thoughts on the team. We saw they just held off and got a win. Dalen Terry, last second block there. We in preseason right now. Do you see them making the playoffs? Because I honestly don't.
I mean, with this team and how Billy Donovan has established this offense, the Bulls can for sure make the playoffs because they can score the ball with anybody. Right? In the Western Conference, they like to get up and down. That's how the Bulls play. But can the Bulls get a stop defensively? Right? That's going to be the question all season for the Chicago Bulls. Can they lock up when need be? Right? The only problems I have with this Bull roster is that there's still 62 point guards on the team. 62 point guards on the team.
Where are bigs?
We don't know, right? So, like, they got to figure that out. They got to figure out who they're going to let go and who's going to get traded. Has Batellis really taken a leap that the whispers around the league and people are saying, is Batellis going to be a 20-point per game scorer.
Zealous.
Zealous. Can Kobe White continue to put on? Because Kobe White has an elite
Kobe be
bag.
balling.
No,
He balls out there.
Kobe White has an elite bag of bag work. Can he put that on display again this season and be a 20-point per game scorer? Now you got two players averaging 20 plus whatever Vooch gives you. Vooch, right? If Vooch can give you, I'm just saying, if Vooch can give you 12 and 10, right?
That's decent.
Now you're just talking about plugging in, right? I still would like to see the Bulls trade one of these 62-point guards, get Patrick Williams a fresh start, and try to lure a superstar to a big market. Somebody needs to come and be in this market. We are used to winning. We haven't won anything since Jordan. It's really sad. In fact, if you look at the 90s compared to the 2000s, I don't even think you want to look at those numbers because it's horrific. We haven't been to the playoffs more. We haven't won more. We haven't done anything more since Jordan left. The only right thing we've done was draft Derrick Rose, and you kind of killed that when you traded the man in New York, and you should have never did that. But hey, that's a story for a different day. His jersey is going in the rafters. Bulls can make the playoffs.
Hey. Shout out to you for having hope in this team. I have none. I do not. I don't see them doing anything. The most I see happening is 41, 41,
Dang.
8 seed,
Dang.
9 seed.
Should we have kept Zach LaVine then? Can you just tell me the truth?
No. Zach, one, he never should have got re-signed. We should have gone ahead and let him get signed or did a sign and trade with Sacramento when they first wanted him. Right? Why do these late things? All right? DeMar DeRozan. Why sign him again to then let him go? Why are we doing these foolish things? I think the team is going to remain trash, all right, until we just start to change how the team is modeled, how the team is built, all right?
We need
What's
a
going
star.
on with Acme? What's going on with AK and Arturas Karnisovas? What's going on with Mark Eversley? What's going on with these guys that were highly touted as innovators and they would bring something new to the city? We got same old with Billy Donovan, 41 and 41. All right. 8, 9 seed, play in every season.
What star can the Bulls get in this market? What star can the Bulls sneak a trade?
Nobody wants to come to Chicago.
Can we get a Giannis?
No.
Can we lure him away from
Milwaukee? He wants to go to New York. If he's not in Milwaukee, he's going to New York.
Bulls fans, do you want Paul George on this team?
No, he doesn't even play in Philly.
All right, I'm just throwing names out there. Like, what do you want?
Said there's nobody. There's nobody.
The last two good stars that we had, we traded away. And I hate to say this, Bulls fans, Bears Focus Podcast, Bulls Nations, Bears Nation, Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose. Why? Because they challenged the organization to be elite, right? And we haven't had anybody challenge the organization since Michael Jordan, and that's probably the last time we won a championship as well, too. So it bodes well when you have these superstar talents and they come in, they want to win. They are very detailed. They're very focused. They need what they need. But if they're producing on the court and if they're laying it all out on the line, I mean, what more could you ask for from a superstar player, especially with the tutelage of the stars that we have had come through and play in this Bulls uniform? We need another star. We need one quickly, or, we're going to be stuck at the rose that grew from the concrete.
Man, let us know down below, Bulls fans, what y'all see happening. Y'all see these teams making the playoffs? I think they're going to be buns.
Let's go.
Let us know y'all expectations. Finishing up here, man, you know how we got to do it. We got to get into the rest of this week's slate. So let me go ahead and get the schedule up for week 6, man. And we're going to start with this Thursday night game, Philly at New York. Give me who you got winning that game.
Give me Philly. Then I think the Giants will, put up a good match. It's a divisional game. I think everybody thinks the scoring is going to be low. I think Dayball is going to cook something up for Jackson Dart. But give me the Eagles fly to win that game.
All right. Over under right now set at 40.5. I kind of agree with that. I'm going Eagles as well. Next, we got another London game. Early start again this Sunday. Denver versus the Jets. I'm going Denver in this game. I think their defense is going to be too much for the Jets. Unfortunately, Justin Fields doesn't put up points and score touchdowns until the game is well without of reach. Give me Broncos.
Broncos as well. The next game on the slate is Cardinals Colts. Who you got?
I'm going Colts, man. Surprisingly, they've been balling. Give me the Colts.
Give me Danny Dimes to continue torching the league, putting on an MVP type of season.
All right.
Cowboys, Panthers?
Oh, I'm going Cowboys.
Give me Panthers in another Rico Dowdy revenge game.
All right. Chargers at Dolphins.
Cut it out. I wish you would.
Where you going, dog? Where you going, dog?
Well, I definitely ain't going with the Dolphins.
All right. We taking the Chargers in that one. Patriots at the Saints. Where you going that one? Another one, I think, pretty obvious. Even though New Orleans coming off a win last week, I don't think they should have won that game.
Spencer Rattler is showing what a capable NFL QB can do, right? He's been winning these games he's not supposed to win. I can only say this week after week. He's
only won one game.
Hey, I can't, but he's had this team in the game. That's what I'm saying, right? They say he's the worst QB in the league. Well,
I wouldn't say he's the worst. I wouldn't say he's the worst.
But against Drake May, coming off a high-profile win against the Buffalo Bills, I think Patriots keep the ball rolling there, giving the Patriots in a win. We got a divisional matchup, right? Browns, Steelers. Who do you have in that game?
I'm going with the Steelers. They keep the winning going. Defense is going to be too much for the rookie. Dylan Gabriel is going to be in trouble. Steelers for the win.
TJ Watt will force havoc that whole game. I like to agree. Rams, Ravens.
And I actually think they cover that game. -5.5. I think Pittsburgh covers that. I'm definitely going Pittsburgh, especially for the cover. Who'd you say? Rams, Ravens. Most likely no Lamar. Defense still is trash. Give me the Rams in this game.
Give me Puka to get back on track versus this hampered Ravens secondary. Seahawks, Jaguars.
This is a much better game than a lot of people think it's going to be. Jaguars looking pretty decent this season. Won a close game against the Chiefs on Monday night. All right. The Seahawks. They just beat them at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers is a pretty good team, man. Baker is a dog. Top 7 QB in this league.
Did the Seahawks beat the Buccaneers?
Did they? I might be wrong. I don't know. I think they did. If not, then they played it close. It was a really good game.
Played it close.
You're right. They did lose.
Yeah.
I'm going Seattle in this game. I like what Sam Darnold has been doing this season. Him and Jackson Smith and Jigba, they got a connection that's crazy right now. Jackson Smith and Jigba has arrived. He is looking like the top 2-3 receivers in this league. Give me the Seahawks.
I think Liam Cohen has the troops inspired. He's been ready to go to war. He's been about it. I think the Jaguars, Duval, keep the train rolling, and they get another dub against a surprising Seahawks team. You got Tennessee Titans, Las Vegas Raiders.
Give me the Raiders in this game. Tennessee got them a fluke win off the Cardinals last week. I think that the Raiders are going to keep leaning on Jency while Geno Smith is looking like he don't know what's going on out there on the field. Give me the Raiders to take the win.
Yep, bounce back game for the Raiders. Bengals, Packers. I feel like we just saw this, but I know we didn't. But it feels like it. Bengals versus Packers.
It was Browns, essentially the same thing. But I hate to go with Green Bay.
Flacco's there. Cool.
I hate to go with Green Bay. Give me Green Bay for the win.
All right, you said it. I didn't. 49ers versus Buccaneers. Said it too. That's none of my business.
Again, two teams that are playing really, really good. Is Brock Purdy going to be back for the 49ers, or is Mac Jones still a guy?
I think Mac Jones got the key, and he's
Mac
the captain
Jones is
now.
The guy?
He's the captain now.
They just paid Purdy though.
You figure it
just got paid.
You need to. You figure it out when you need to. But Mac Jones is putting good stuff on tape in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Give me Tampa Bay to win this game. I just said it. Baker is a dog. He got that dog in him for real. Top 7 QBs in this league. maybe up there at number 6. Tampa for the win.
I like Tampa Bay for that win too. Baker keeps it going. He's having an MVP season as well too. Now in the final game to wrap up Sunday, you got Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you expect here on Sunday Night Football?
The odds are right now,
I don't care.
over under 52.5 points. People are expecting points on the board. And then Kansas City is favored by 2.5 points. 3 points there, home team.
What do you think?
I'm going with Detroit. I don't like what I've seen from Kansas City this season. Defense has not looked as good as it looked last season. Offense has not looked as good. We know they're missing receivers and injuries, blah, blah, blah. But the big thing with them is they were winning the close games last season. I think they were like 11-1 or something like that in close games, 3 points or less. This season, they are winless. They're not winning the close games like they were last season.
Yikes.
That luck has run out. We need to see more from them, and I don't expect to see it this game. Give me Detroit for the win.
With all of that being said, give me the Chiefs to win versus the Detroit Lions. I think coming off a loss like you had this week, Kelsey knows he needs to do more. He has, if he's injured, he has to sit out, right? There's no way he's moving slower than he did last season. Like I just don't understand it.
He is older. It makes sense.
Actually, it doesn't. So, Kelsey, if you're injured, get healthy. But thank you for, fighting through with the team. But give me the Chiefs to win this game and expect Mahomes to make a statement because he is still one of the elite QBs in the game as he starts to get more of his targets back and they start to settle into that offense.
All right. And then last game of the season or this week, this slate, we already went over the Bears on Monday night. We got 2 Monday night games again. I don't understand what's happening with this doubleheaders on Monday. But Buffalo at Atlanta, where you going? Well, I'm surprised it's a tough one for you.
No, it is because if you've seen the Falcons' defense, they've been flying around. It's the offense.
Defense been looking good.
It's the offense that has been horrific. But both teams are hampered. With that being said, give me Josh Allen to come and get a dub. He lost last week. Kind of probably feels like it's on me. He had some crucial mistakes in that game. Probably didn't put the best film on tape. Had one of his homeboys come in and say, hey, you should have never did me how you did me. Now you got to come and put on the good stuff on the tape again because Diggs was digging in all of his routes in your home field. So you got to rectify that immediately. So give me the Bills to go for a win.
All right. I agree. Give me the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, bounce back, get his team the win, and get back on track. So let us know down in the comments below where you guys think wins, losses, your favorite team, the Bears. What do you expect them to do against the Redskins? Will they get a win? Will Tariq Stevenson make up for his mistakes last year?
He's already
Let
done
us
that.
know down below in those comments. So y'all already know. That's it from us here. Bears Focus Podcast, baby. And as always, bear down.
Bear down.